Hi Rankers. Look, bit bloody angry today. So if you're offended by bad language, then this is going to blow your mind. You may have heard, if you live in Australia, of something called the internet filter or clean filter that our federal government is saying they're going to put in place. Now, this is an extremely bad idea. Those of you who have been watching this show since the late 90s know that the last government tried to do something similar to this, and they ended up with something that spending millions of dollars on a scheme on the Broadcast Amendment Act that had absolutely no effect really on protecting our children, because that's what the last government and this government are saying that they want this internet filter for, to protect our children. Now they're saying it's going to filter out illegal activity and it's going to filter out material that's inappropriate for children. Well, there's several problems with that. Why are we filtering out information that is illegal? If something is illegal offline, it should be illegal online, okay? So if someone's doing something illegal online, then they should get the full brunt of the law brought down upon them. But if someone's doing something, say, illegal over the telephony system, or say something illegal over Australia Post, like posting something that's illegal, we don't filter every piece of mail. We do not filter every phone call that's made out there, because something might be happening that's illegal, and we shouldn't be doing it with the internet. If an internet filter is placed on the ISPs have to implement this, by the way. So that is going to greatly slow down your internet access. It's going to greatly hamper business. There's going to be a lot of sites that are going to get blocked because these filters are in no way near to perfect, okay? They can't be. How are you going to block out a site automatically that's built entirely in Flash that has no text, and that it's in Shockwave Flash, so it's not a graphic or a JPEG or something like that that a filter could possibly read? It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And the most dangerous thing about this internet filter is that it's giving a false sense of security to parents who think, well, the government's got an internet filter running, so my kids are fine. That abdicates responsibility of the parents. The only way to protect kids online is through education, all right? Now, that's education of the parents. That's why our libraries should be playing a bigger role in this. If the government wants to throw money at something, throw it at our libraries where we've got free internet access. Help get librarians coming out of unis today are guardians of information. They understand how to filter information. They understand the difference between a bad Wikipedia entry and a good Wikipedia entry. So if you need information about the internet, go down to your local library. And if you can't get help there, then complain to the government that the libraries aren't getting funded. But we've got Senator Stephen Conroy, who's the member of the government of the ALP, who is the main protagonist behind this legislation, and it's come about because we've had one Senator Steve Fielding, who is a member of a Christian party who's in the Senate, who carries the balance of power. So once again, we're getting these nonsense appeasement legislation, so the government of the day can get favours in the Senate. But not only that, we've got the Green Senator, Nick Xenophon, quoted in the Age newspaper this week as saying that he's going to support the internet filtering plan, and he would use it to block Australians from accessing overseas online casino sites. I mean, this is ridiculous. We had the government, then the former government, Howard government, back in the late 90s, block or make it illegal to set up an online casino in this country. What was the result of that? Australians, when they gamble online, they spend their money overseas. Thank you very much, politicians. Governments should not be involved with the internet. The reason that the internet has grown so quickly, and in the last 16 years, we've seen such a massive growth of an industry that's unparalleled in human history, is because governments haven't been involved. Governments haven't been involved, they can't regulate the thing, and they hate that. You know, I don't want a government bureaucrat deciding for my family what's appropriate content and what's not. You know, we've got Google Books online. How many books are going to be banned under this internet clean filter? Probably the book, ironically, 1984 will be blocked under this internet clean filter because it's got a lot of swearing in it. So if you try to access it via Google Books, it'll probably be banned because the text readers will see all the swearing and saying it's inappropriate content. I don't want bureaucrats deciding what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. What about things like Bill Henson photography? There was a lot of controversy in Australia recently for those of you who don't know, about a famous Australian photographer, Bill Henson. And who is to decide whether his work is pornography or it's art? And why should it be decided by anybody else anyway? Why shouldn't it just be decided by the person who's looking at it? This is the worst thing that could happen to the Australian internet industry. I can't emphasise that enough. You know, if people are making illegal phone calls, we don't filter everybody's phone calls. We get a warrant if we think someone's doing something illegal online on the phone. And the same should apply for the internet. If you're doing something illegal online, then, you know, get a warrant and get prosecuted as far as I'm concerned. But you can go to nocleanfeed.com and send an email to Senator Stephen Conroy telling him that this is an extremely bad idea. We had the former government try it with the Broadcast Amendment Act that is policed by the Australian Communications Authority. And, you know, they spent millions on that back in the late 90s, right? But we had teenagers.com.au was a site at the time that was pornography. It wasn't illegal material, okay? It was just porn. And they got a complaint. The ACA issued a takedown notice. So what happened was the owners of the site took the site down, and the following day it was in the US at the same address. All right, governments cannot police this stuff. It's up to parents and families and communities to get involved and understand it. The internet's not going away. All right. So let's not have a filter like China, which is what they're proposing, or like Iran, which is a similar thing that they're proposing. And it's going to slow down the internet, and it's going to make business less effective. So get onto nocleanfeed.com and please contact your politicians and let them know that you want the money thrown somewhere else, not at something that isn't going to work and is just going to cripple the Australian internet industry. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.